Mike Jones Beats.
Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. You got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. The conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on, bro. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags?
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Hey, yo, check this out real quick. I'm decided, you know what? We need to definitely starting the show a little bit sooner. Sometimes I realized the show wasn't starting to like the 10-minute mark, but that was a thing that we had to do previously. For everybody that don't know, when we first started doing the Tonight Show, we had a thing that we used to do, and we had, anyway, long story. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I want to start this video off by clapping it up for Tasha K. I want to start this video off by clapping it up for Tasha K. Currently, the chat is open currently. I want to start this show off by clapping it up for Tasha K. Could we get some clapping emojis in the chat, please? We're going to do the roll call at about the 5-minute mark. We're going to do roll call at the 5-minute mark. So if you want to be in roll call, comment now. Can we clap it up for Tasha K? I'm going to explain why. Tasha K interviews that girl that accused Doodie Lo of molesting his son. I might do a video on this. I got to get a capture card. All right, so hold on. So listen, pay attention. So the girl was just lying. Just lying. The girl couldn't even look Tasha K in the face. The girl was just lying. Like, you ever seen one of those liars that just lie? They're not even a good liar, but they just lie all the time, and they just lie about terrible fucking shit. But they a bad liar, but they always lying. Yeah, it's probably her. She's probably one of those people. Because the dude went and took a freaking polygraph, y'all. Hold on, we're going to get to the regular conversation. I just want to clap it up for Tasha K, and then we're going to do roll call. So if you want to be in roll call, comment now. Hit that like button. The reason why the chat is open right now, because they opened the chat last night. We need 110 likes to make sure that the chat is open next show. So hit the like button and let's send out notifications. Listen, pay attention. The dude took a lie detector test. The girl said the lie detector test, it don't matter. Let me see the video of the lie detector test. Then Tasha K show her the video, and then it was bananas. That girl needs to be held up on charges. You should be able to take people like that to court. Like the way that the internet is now, When people do shit like that, you should be able to take them to court. You can't, that we're not doing that. And they should probably look into taking that child out of that household. Not for nothing, on some super real shit. She's raising a kid. Somebody should probably think about taking that kid away from her on some real shit. She has an obvious problem. And I'm not talking about the regular problems that we had normal. She got an issue. She just put the stigma of being molested on her child. Sit with that for a minute. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick and then let's get to the show. What up, Papa Ja Kernan? He says, good morning, Mr. Jake Frost. What up, capitalized St. Louis News? Because there's a different St. Louis News that everybody don't know. There's a different St. Louis News. This person is St. Louis News, but it's not the real St. Louis News. Shout out to capitalized St. Louis News. What up, Drop Kill? How you doing this morning? He says, what's good, bro? Long time. Hope everything's going well. St. Louis News clapping it up. Capitalized St. Louis News. What up, C. Jones? He says, stop in the morning, fam. Frost, how you doing? What up, Jan B? Who else we got up in here real quick? C. Jones says he took 2 polygraphs. He took 2 fucking polygraphs. That shit is bananas. You got to be able to hold people accountable. People get on the internet and just, the lying is crazy. Like, the lying is just crazy. It's just absolutely bananas. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your name was something else, but you're not the real St. Louis News. They're a member. Heavy Dro Barley says, good morning, Jack Frost. What up, Heavy Dro? He says, morning, Black Frost. We be in Montreal, Canada, in the building. We got Montreal up in the building today. All right, so let's go. Once again, just no disrespect. All the jokes, all that shit I don't care about. It's that all that disrespect and trying to, like, the weirdo shit. This is shit I don't like. Anyway, let's get to it. Hit that like button so we can send out some notifications, please. All right, with that being said, check this out. I want to be clear on something. We switching topics. Shout out to Tasha K. We saluting Tasha K for what she did. But that's what Tasha K is supposed to be doing. That shit that Tasha K was doing with Cardi B, that's not what Tasha K is supposed to be doing. That shit that Tasha K just did with that girl, Tasha K is fucking spectacular at that. That shit that she did when she was trying to drag Cardi B, maybe she had to do all of that in order to be able to get the skill that she has now so she could do what she just did. I don't know. But that shit that she tried to do with Cardi B, that wasn't it. I don't care if Cardi B somehow fucking fudged the system and won that but should have lost. That still wasn't it. You understand? Like, there's just a certain, in my opinion, there's just a certain time that sometimes you just back up off of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you made your point. You know, it's good. We good. I'm not saying lock that girl up. That girl might need some help. I'm not saying just lock her up. I'm not saying just put her in jail. She might just need help. You understand what I'm saying? That girl that went in. But definitely get that child up out of there and get her looked at. She might need help. Like, she was sitting in front of Tasha K just lying. She could barely hold in her laughs. Shout out to John B with the $5 drop. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? He said, keep it up. All of the stickers. Oh, man. Today's a good day. Hold on. Everybody stop. Everybody slow down. Everybody stop. Today is a good day. It's going to be a great day. All of us are going to have spectacular days. We're all going to win. Let's keep the winning energy going right now. And then, I don't care what you think about me. Let's get that winning energy going right now. Let's keep that winning energy cultivated. So we got to have a great morning. And then that shit is going to carry over to the rest of the day. So when y'all come hang out in here, it's important for me to be upbeat. It's important for me to be in a good mood. Because even when you don't like me, I'm still putting out that energy that's going to help propel all of our days. And we're cultivating it together, by the way, in order to create a beautiful day for all of us. So let's cultivate that energy. All right? Shout out to John B. For real, for real. Let's go. You know how they be like, baby needs some new shoes. Baby needs some new shoes, you rat bastard. Somebody put the Cash App in the chat. Listen, pay attention. I want to move off of this. I just really want to shout out Tasha K, because we was just killing her. And whenever somebody does something good, especially if it's a person that you hold them accountable when they do something they're not supposed to be doing, especially when they do something good, you're supposed to celebrate them double. You get it? So this is real quick. This is the problem a lot of your friendships have. You'll have somebody that when you do something wrong, they want to bash you and tear you down and make sure that you don't forget. But that means that when you do something right, they're supposed to celebrate you double. Like, however that thing is when they hold you accountable, they supposed to come with double that positive energy whenever you doing an accomplishment. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't do that. A nigga will tear you down when you do some weirdo shit, and then when you do some good shit, they'll be like, well, we'll see next time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, celebrate me, my nigga. When you do good, I'm gonna celebrate you. You feel me? Anyway, with that being said, shout out to Tasha K. Let's move up off of this topic real quick. Let's look at our docket, see what we got lined up for the morning. YNW Melly is the main conversation that we're gonna be having today. I want to say something real quick. So everybody, we actually have a video that's gonna be dropping a little bit later today. Pull up on that video. Already did the audios and everything. We got a YNW Melly video dropping. I'll let y'all hear the audios of the videos that's gonna be dropping today. YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend. Oh man, I didn't realize that was that funny. Hold on, let me put you on the game. Let's talk about this YNW Melly shit. Says no, I watch all her videos. She had a straight face with the lies, falsehoods, no facts. I'm not talking about Tasha K lying. I'm talking about the girl that Tasha K was talking to was lying. I'm not talking about Tasha K. I'm saying Tasha K just did an interview with some girl that accused some dude of doing some shit to some child. And when Tasha K interviewed the girl was lying. I'm not saying Tasha K was lying. Let me just be clear on that. I might not have been clear. So check this out. Let's go. I want y'all to understand exactly what's going on, right? YNW was in a no-win case. He Okay, so there's a story that allegedly this is what happened. Just so I can explain to you how much of a no-win case this might be for the YNW Melly. Listen. Allegedly, this is what happened. Allegedly, he did shoot them two dudes. This is a story that's out there, just so we can be clear. Allegedly, he did shoot those two dudes. And the reason why he shot the two dudes was because they was extorting him. Allegedly. Allegedly, he had no other choice, other than going to the police, which he can't do because he's a street nigga, right? So his team can't actually prove he didn't do it. If that's true. I'm not saying that is true. I'm saying if that's true, his team can't actually prove he didn't do it. So that means that when you go make your plea, remember this. Y'all don't understand how important the plea is. There's a reason why when you make a plea, they say, is anybody trying to push you in this direction or anything like that? What up, Rodcliffe Martin? He says, 7 in the morning. Jake Fruits, BBN fan. When you make your plea, that also kind of determines what the jury could decide your fate is. So if you say you just not guilty, right? And then they go make a determination. They're going to make their determination based on you saying you're not guilty and based on whatever the crimes that they're saying that the prosecution is trying to prove that you committed, right? So you're saying you're not guilty. So that means that the prosecution has to prove that you did those crimes. So your whole case is going to be built around the idea of you saying that you're not guilty. So when you go and say you're guilty, criminal insanity, then your whole case is going to be built around you proving that that you did it, but it's criminal insanity. When you're saying that your life is, so you understand when they put in his plea, and he might change his plea because the shit didn't start yet. To change the plea. So that's what they're gonna be trying to prove. YNW Melly's lawyer is trying to prevent his girlfriend, I think his girlfriend of then, and her mother and 2 other people from testifying. The funny thing about this is they're trying to use a statute basically that is used mostly to show the credibility of a witness. So let's say you got somebody that say that they're a scientist. Okay, so we want to talk to them. We want to make sure that they're a scientist. Let's say you have somebody that say they're gonna be testifying, and they're gonna be testifying, and they're gonna be because they a forensic criminal, forensic somethings or others. They then go and depose them to make sure that they know these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't have somebody come testify because they're testifying that they're some kind of mathematician or something, and they're talking about some kind of thing, and you can't have them go and testify. I'm not saying that those people was extorting them, by the way. The world is a stage. I'm not saying that. I just want to be clear that these are allegations. So I want to be clear. Listen. So they have to prove so when you getting deposed, they're deposing you to make sure that you know enough about whatever the topic is. So let's say you got somebody and you're calling them in because there's some kind of archaeological thing that's going to help the case that you need explained. Well, that person has to come in and prove that they know this, so they get deposed to prove that they know what they're talking about. But we're talking about his girlfriend and his girlfriend's moms. Like, what the fuck? What are they gonna do? Call them in to make sure that they got their phone number? Like, do you understand how this is so funny? I'm gonna explain this once again. From what I believe, I'm gonna comment on your comment in a second. The world is a stage. For what I believe, and for what it seems like to me, the argument is they're using the I don't know how to say it. They're using the idea that you can't have somebody come testify about a thing unless we speak to them first, so we can then verify that they're a specialist at the said thing. Like, you got somebody coming in talking about gunshot residue, you got to make sure that they specialists in that field. So that's what they're trying to say, why they don't want the girlfriend and the wife, the girlfriend and the mother and 2 other people, because they've been trying to call them in to get them deposed, and they won't come in. They probably scared. Like, what the fuck? Why are these people calling me? Like, you understand what I'm saying? They're probably scared. Like, they're gonna trying to call them in to try to intimidate the witness. You understand what I'm saying? So they probably scared. So I just think that that's hilarious. That's crazy. Anyway, so that's what's going on over there. So they're trying to stop those people from testifying. But I want to say this about the YNW Melly case. And this is what y'all need to really understand. When did that shit happen? He didn't even go to trial yet. When did that happen? See what money do? You see what money do? You see what money do? You got a little bit of money? The world is... Shout out to the business dropping all of those frosts. What up, the world is a stage. He said those men were not extorting him. I don't have the slightest idea. I do know that his mother went online shortly after the whole situation happened. His mother went online and she was like, y'all don't know what happened. Those guys, they threatened my life. So the mother said that they threatened her life. And I always said right off the rip, that was stupid, because you just gave them motive. Basically, they just trying to prove motive and opportunity, right? So you just gave them motive. That's the motive why YNW Melly would have did the thing. They threatened your mother. So I'm hearing extortion, threatened mother. I'm not gonna. It could be they could have been being extorting him. What the hell do I know? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. If he did it, it was for more nefarious purposes. So you know that they wasn't extorting him. No, stop. This is the shit that kills me. I'm not coming for you, but this is the shit that kills me. Listen, this is the shit that kills me. Basically, you're assuming that those men were not extorting because there's no way you can know, right? So basically, you're dragging anybody else that's assuming that the extortion thing was happening. You're saying anybody saying that they was extorted, you're wrong. And then you're assuming what his purposes were or that his purpose was nefarious. Just want to make sure that we're clear on all of these things. What's going on here? I mean, I guess, we only could assume the things that you think is okay with assuming, right? Anything else that we're just, no matter what evidence we have backing up our hypothesis, we should always just speculate, right? Like these speculations, no matter what evidence, and just so y'all could be clear, I dropped the evidence before I actually went in on him that there was a allegedly that there about the extortion that the mother said that they threatened her, right? So that would lend to the idea that there was an extortion thing going on because that's literally what was being said, that their mother got threatened because they were trying to extort them. So I just want to point out how, come on, we gonna believe some things. You're just picking and choosing what to believe. So that's speculation. You understand what I'm saying? When you're picking and choosing what you're gonna believe, that's speculation. You understand? You're just picking and choosing. But it's okay. You have a right to pick and choose what you want to believe. Copy? But you're just picking and choosing. Alright? Because then, if we are to believe what the mother said, then we also have to believe that there was an extortion. Right? So you're going to believe that the mother said because of what she said, but you're not going to believe that there was an extortion behind it. I don't even know how to argue back to that. That doesn't even make logical sense to me. You understand? If that makes any that's not logical. So don't mind me when I can't argue back to things that don't seem logical to me. It doesn't seem logical. We're gonna believe the mother, or we're gonna allow for her words to go against her son when she said that they threatened my life. But we aren't gonna believe the other half of that there was an extortion and that's why they were threatening the life. So we're just picking and choosing. I'm good though. I'm not gonna pick and choose. I'm not gonna speculate. Hey Google, what's the definition for speculate?
Here's the definition of speculate. Form a theory or conjecture about a subject without firm evidence.
Yeah. Theory. Hold on. Speculation is based off what criteria is at hand. What are you talking about? I just asked Google what the definition for speculation was. You do know that I just asked Google what the definition for speculate was, right? And it's not what you wrote. Copy? I have Google right here. Hold on. Hey Google, what's the definition for speculate?
Here's the definition of speculate. Form a theory or conjecture about a subject without firm evidence.
So no, speculation is not based off of any evidence. You're speculating. You're saying shit not based on any evidence. I explained to you which evidence I was using when I came to my hypothesis. Hey Google, what's a hypothesis?
According to Wikipedia, a hypothesis is a proposed explanation for a phenomenon. For a hypothesis to be a scientific hypothesis,
Not a scientific
method
hypothesis.
requires that
Hey
one be
Google,
tested.
what is a hypothesis?
According to Wikipedia,
God damn it.
a
Hey
hypothesis
Google,
is a
home screen. Hey Google, what is an hypothesis?
According to Wikipedia,
God
a
damn it.
hypothesis is a proposed explanation for a phenomenon. For a hypothesis to be a scientific hypothesis, the scientific method requires that one can test it. Scientists generally base scientific hypotheses on previous observations that cannot satisfactorily be explained with the available scientific theories.
I don't know why I keep giving me scientific hypothesis. Hey Google. Okay. Okay, you're just doing semantics. I'm not talking to you no more. All right. They're giving me scientific hypothesis. I can't get it. I'm not talking to you no more. You playing word games. I'm not talking to you no more. Anyway, once again, we don't speculate. We create a hypothesis. A hypothesis is basically based off of information based off of actual facts. Yeah, no. I'm not talking to you no more. Information based off of actual facts. That's what a hypothesis is. I don't know why my Google is only giving me scientific hypothesis. I don't know what's going on with it today. All right, so I'll just show you on the screen. I'm not talking to that guy no more. He's just fucking to show up. All right, so a supposition or proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence. Evidence. A proposal made in the base for reasoning without any assumption of its truth. So for an hypothesis to be an hypothesis, just so we can be clear, there has to be at least some evidence, limited evidence, evidence, and also there has to be reasoning without any assumption of its truth. So that's what, just so we can be clear, that's what a hypothesis is, right? So hold on. This guy said a speculation is a hypothesis. Hey, Google, is a speculation a hypothesis? Google don't even know the answer.
On the website english.stackexchange.com, they say, a hypothesis in a scientific sense is an idea based on existing evidence that can be tested. Speculation isn't necessarily based on anything and may not be provable.
No, so just so we could know just how smart that guy is. Could we clap it up for the world as a stage? Hey, Google, is a speculation a hypothesis the same thing?
On the website english.stackexchange.com, they say, a hypothesis in a scientific sense is an idea based on existing evidence that can be tested. Speculation isn't necessarily based on anything and may not be provable. People also ask me, is hypothesis a speculation? Want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website wikidif.com, they say, is that speculation is the process of thinking or meditating on a subject while hypothesis is used loosely, a tentative conjecture explaining an observation, phenomenon or scientific problem that can be tested by further observation, investigation and or experimentation is a scientific term of art. See the attached.
No, they literally just said 3 different times that they're not the same thing. I'm going to put you on timeouts. They just 3 different times, they just said it's not the same thing. So Captain Troll over here, you want to troll? If I have any admins in here, whenever you see that guy, put him on a timeout. We're not talking to him no more. I don't even want to kick him. Whenever you see him, just put him on a timeout. Any admins. I don't care how many timeouts you give this person. Whenever you see them, just put them on a timeout. I don't even care what they talking about. Yeah, I don't even care what they talking about. Whenever you see them, just put them on a timeout. Don't kick them, though. Just put them on a timeout every time you see them. Every time you see them. All right. Let's get to, I'm going to just get to the actual thing real quick. I'm sorry that I held up your time with that bullshit. Sometimes I want to show y'all that I'm not poo-pooing people's thoughts and ideas. You're not just talking, and I'm not just saying, oh, you stupid, right? So I do understand that there's times that people come in here and they're just trying to waste my time. But I don't know who's trying to waste my time. I don't have the slightest idea. So if y'all see somebody talking crazy, chime in on it. Because you putting me in a situation where I might feel like I need to fucking engage with this person. I don't know if I should engage with them or not. So, you know, that's why sometimes people who are green team members or been here a while and fuck with the channel, just weigh in on the shit. I just dealt with that dude for how long? For a while. Yes, I have a bad habit of that. Alright, let's get to it. Could we at least hit the like button? Yes, that guy's on all the timeouts. I don't never want to see that guy again, but I don't want to kick him. I want to just put him on all the timeouts every single time I see his name. The world is a stage. He needs to get on every timeout at all times. Anyway, I want to say this about YNW Melly real quick. Hey, what up, lovely pieces? Good morning. I hope you having a good morning also, baby girl. I want to say this real quick about YNW Melly, and I want to move on to some of the other cases that we have on the docket. YNW Melly is in a situation where he's trying to stop a girl that he was dated and her mother from testifying against him in the court of law. Anybody at this point that's saying that that guy is innocent, I don't know what to tell you. This is why you don't tell people everything. Well, first of all, you don't kill people. But this is why you don't tell people everything. He's going to court. And he's right now fighting. So his ex-girlfriend and her mother and 2 other people, I believe, cannot testify against him. There is no actual basis or grounds for him to prevent them from testifying. There is none. They're using, or at least they're attempting to use, the law in a way that I don't even think it was intended to be used, just so we could be clear. How is she gonna prove that was his girl? Like, what is he supposed to do? Is she supposed to pull up and be like, show her vagina and say, see, is Johnson hit me right there and right there? Like, how is, like, this shit don't even make sense. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is this. I remember hearing niggas talk and saying that they didn't kill a person because if they would have, there was no way they was gonna get away with it. They would have ended up going to jail. So that nigga lucked out. I grew up hearing stories like that. We don't have that generation no more. We don't have a generation of people that are actually trying to not go to prison. We have a generation of people that rather have clout. That's it. We have that generation. We don't have a generation of people that, even if they're going to be a criminal, they're trying to figure out how not to get caught. People don't even care about getting caught. And then on top of that, everybody's a tough guy. So everybody's also putting themselves in situations where they're going to have to try to figure out a way not to get caught. Everybody's a fucking tough guy. Who isn't a tough guy? Tell me where I'm wrong. Everybody's a fucking tough guy. Tell me where I'm wrong. We got people. Do you understand what one of the pastimes are? Let me try to close this shit. Do you understand what one of the pastimes are? One of the pastimes is getting together with the gang and going to the ops neighborhood. That's one of the pastimes. That's one of the pastimes. Getting together with the gang and then going to where you are not wanted with weapons. That's one of the pastimes. That's the type of time these niggas is on. What you expect to happen? I digress. Alright, let's move on to something else. I want to say something. This morning show initially was gonna be about Straight Drop and Young Dolph. That's initially what the show was gonna be about. I just want to be clear on this. Initially, we was gonna be all the way Straight Drop Young Dolph. That's what we was gonna talk about, right? And the fact that these dudes don't have their lawyers yet, and they were supposed to have their lawyers by Friday, and now it's going on Monday, and they don't have their lawyers yet. So that's basically what we was gonna get into, right? So let's get into that right now. Could we get some comments and stuff? Could we drop some frost so I could get the fact that I got that dude on the ultimate timeout off the screen, if y'all don't mind? So listen, pay attention. I got a video that's gonna be dropping today. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear this. I did the audio already. I woke up early. I got to some early work, so I did the audio already. Where the fucking video at? There we go. If y'all can hear this. Great. Yeah, so basically, these dudes currently still don't have lawyers. I was probably the first page to say this that everybody parroted. Shout out to that though. I'm not mad. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm salty. But I was one of the first people that said this. There's a good chance that don't nobody want to be their lawyer. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. If they have enough money, a person's gonna pull up. A lawyer's gonna pull up. If they have enough money, a lawyer's gonna pull up. Period. Right? That's just what's gonna be. If they got enough money, a lawyer's gonna pull up. There's just no going around that. There's just no going around that. But when you don't have no money, you need for a lawyer to say they want to take on that case for whatever the reason is. These dudes don't have the money. They can't get the money. And because of what their case is, don't nobody want to go near them. Everybody knows that the government wants them to get a fucking public defendant so they can fucking fry these dudes already. Nobody wants to get in the way of that. At some point, they're gonna have to go to the government and do deals with the government. At some point, there might be somebody who was a Young Dolph supporter, somebody who Young Dolph used to pull up for, that might remember, you took that fucking case pro bono. You didn't even do it for money. You did it for clout. All right, not a problem. Them dudes is not gonna get a lawyer, and they don't have the money. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter if Straight Drop gets a lawyer. Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop got to get a lawyer. What sense does it make for Straight Drop to get a lawyer and Cornelius Smith don't got a lawyer? You don't think that he ain't going to talk? You think Cornelius Smith is not going to get a lawyer? I'm taking this off the screen because we got, since nobody's commenting anyway, there's no reason to have that up on the screen, right? You think Cornelius Smith, just so we can be clear, you think Cornelius Smith ain't going to talk? So this nigga Straight Drop got a lawyer. He don't got a lawyer. I'm saying if he had one. You don't think Cornelius Smith ain't gonna be sitting there with his court-appointed fucking attorney? Knowing that however they do the capital punishment in Tennessee is gonna happen to him? Knowing, not thinking, knowing. Because if these dudes go to court, go to trial and lose, they're getting the capital punishment. I promise you. I promise you. What people don't understand or realize is, you want to know why they keep the guns in our community? Whenever they need our numbers to go down. Whenever there's too many black people somewhere, all you got to do is start a gang war. That's it. We needed our numbers high. There was an election. The election is done. I just want to be clear on this. A lot of bad stuff is happening to us because of decisions that people made. I'm just putting you on the game. Let's see what freaking the president do though. Not about this specifically. I'm saying in general. There's still a lot of room for him to change the trajectory of his presidency. Anyway, what do you think is gonna happen? You think Cornelius Smith is just gonna be sitting there with his court-appointed attorney while Straight Drop got a real? So while everybody is like Straight Drop got to get an attorney, Straight Drop got to get an attorney. No, Straight Drop don't got to get an attorney. They both got to get an attorney. They both need an attorney to even begin to fight this. But like I said before, I don't think none of this is about attorney. I think that there's other stuff going on. There's still investigations that's open. There's still people getting arrested for shit. I think there's other shit that's going on. I don't think none of this has to do with any kind of attorney, just so we could be clear. I don't think none of this got to do with that, just so we could be clear. I don't think them not having an attorney and them postponing and putting it off got anything to do with anything. Because remember, they can't, well, it got a lot to do with something. Don't get it confused. But I'm saying I don't think it has to do with them actually wanting to see if they're going to get an attorney. This is a capital murder case. You know how many attorneys want to lose a capital murder case? The internet literally was pointing fingers at these dudes days after it happened. Straight Drop went on the internet himself to say he did it. Do you understand? Our culture is about committing crimes and then making sure the whole public know all the evidence. And then going to court and trying to not get caught and not go to jail. That's what our shit is about. Keep that in mind. Anyway, put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? What else we got on the docket? Tasha K. We spoke on Tasha K. Doodie Lo in the beginning of the video. YNW Melly. We spoke on YNW Melly. We talking about Cornelius Smith, Straight Drop at the moment. Yeah, whatever else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. We already 43 minutes in. That's basically when we get to what I got going on with the show. We at that part of the show where we could talk about what you guys want to talk about. We at that part of the show. Super curious about a thing. Oh, I got a thing to say. Did y'all hear about the Tdott Woo situation? Hold on. Did y'all hear about the Tdott Woo situation? So check this out. Pay attention. So after Tdott Woo gets killed, there's a dude named Fetty G's. I believe that's his name, Fetty G's. He's actually from Boston. He's like a white dude or some shit like that. So he posted something that people were saying, I don't know if it's the truth or not, that people were saying was like disrespect going towards Tdott. Like disrespect, like, you know, because he passed away or whatever. And he posted some shit like hating on Tdott, hating on the Woos. And apparently he got shot the very next day. He's dead. I don't understand you dudes. Like, I'm gonna say something real quick. A lot of niggas stay close to home because of some of the shit they did in the street. And they don't know who they gonna bump into where. So they don't leave they block. They stay close to home. Tdott Woo got hit in front of his crib. That dude, I don't know where he got hit at. I don't know nothing about that particular situation except for that it happened. But I want to say this. Y'all dudes that be talking crazy, y'all know y'all gotta go out at some point. You gotta go places and you gotta do things. You're not gonna always be in the isolation or in the protection of wherever it is that you call home. You gotta go out into the world. And not only when you go out into the world, you have to get things done. We really need to start talking to our kids. It's important. You have to go get things done also, not just be in the world. There's responsibilities that you have to take care of. There's things that you got to handle. If you put yourself in a box where all you're going to be doing is this or all you're going to be doing is that, what happens when the opposing opportunity, what happens when the opposing situation is an opportunity? What do? That's the problem. What are we doing for the kids? We literally have Nas Blicky. He got hit in the head. He's out of critical. He's still in critical condition. I'm not 100% sure, but he fighting. And his pops had to come out and say, yo, look, he dropping that whole Blicky thing. He not doing that no more. I don't know how anybody feels about that. I don't even know if that's a thing he could do. I don't know how respected that's going to be. I don't know what kind of work Nas Blicky actually did put in the street. But I promise you, if he was running around actually putting in work, that shit ain't going to ride. You can't be a nigga out here that was actually shooting and killing niggas and hitting niggas. And then you almost die and your pop say it's a dub. And then everybody say, oh man, he's out of the game. That's not what's going to happen. So we have to get to the kids beforehand. We got to talk to them beforehand. 9 times out of 10, Nas Blicky Pops was also eating. And this is the way that it looks like music is done nowadays, right? The way that you blow up is you go, you rap, you beef, it's all gay, ha ha ha, everybody joking until somebody die. Not everybody not joking. Y'all wonder why I be taking this shit seriously. I told y'all a while back. I had a dude walk up on me and press me over a lie on the internet. And you want to know the wildest thing about it? I don't even think at that time I even knew the lie was a thing that existed. Like the person literally walked up to me, pressed me on a lie that was on the internet that I didn't even know was a thing yet. It didn't even get back to me yet. That was an odd conversation. So that's why I said the thing about the whole Doodie Lo thing. Like what that girl did, that shit is dangerous. Like they really need to take that girl's kid out of that household. Anyway, there's dudes right now getting shot and killed because you got some dude on the internet and they think these internet shit is all fun and games and they lie about some shit. They might just lie about the wrong thing. They might tell the truth about something. What the fuck do I know? But they might lie about the wrong thing and they don't even understand the ramification of the consequences. They just think it's all cool. They might lie because somebody else is encouraging them to lie. The person that's encouraging them, they know it's going to happen bad, but the person that's doing the lying, they don't know no better. They just idiots. This is what goes on. So we got to do a better job raising our kids. We got to talk to these kids. We got to encourage them in positive ways. Stop looking for a reason to do tough love. I hate that. I hate that. There's parents that they only look for ways to do tough love to their child. Like, you're looking for a way to give your child PTSD? Why? Because this shit that they call tough love ain't tough love. I'm going to explain to you where tough love originated from so you can get appropriate understanding and know why it's in minority communities more than it's in the Caucasian communities. Tough love just comes from the slave plantation. That's it. The slave mothers would beat the babies so the slave master won't do it, because when he did it, it was not going to be pretty. When he punished them, it was going to be torture and abuse. So they would beat their kids so the slave master didn't. That's what tough love comes from. There's no more need for that. Now we can actually raise our children with the appropriate tools and at least a halfway and decent environment that we won't need to punish them to. Some people just make their kids a certain way because they're that way. And they feel like if they don't make their kid the way that they are, then that means that they're a bad person. Like they don't love themselves. We should never really ever be trying to make our kids who we are. This is just what I think. We should be trying to make our kids the best representation of who they can grow into. We don't really know. You get a baby and a baby is born and you're looking at that baby. You don't know what that baby is going to be into, what that baby is going to gravitate to. You don't know. So while they're a little seed, while they're a little baby, you could push them, and you could push them in this direction, you could push them in that direction. When you got those opportunities, push your children. And then it's going to be a point where they're going to start taking off on their own, and you got to let them flower. You got to let them blossom. Right? What I'm saying is that we're not doing any of this in our communities. In our communities, we're either too hard on our children or we're too light on them. There's an in the middle. There's a gray area where you take situations and make them teachable moments. There's a gray area. I promise you it exists. It's not always that black and white. It's not that black and white. There's a gray area. Turn more of these situations into teachable moments. Have more situations where a child is doing a thing, and instead of us figuring out a way how we're going to admonish the child, that we're going to figure out a way how we're going to teach a child the right way to do the thing, or why not to do it. Let's have more teachable moments. Shout out to John B with the $20 drop. He said, let's go rat bastards. Let's get some $5 to $10 drops going. That's literally how you do it. Shout out to John B. John B pulls up to the saloon with all the big smiles on his face. He said, you rat bastards. Let's start making the thing happen. Who's next? So, just so we could be clear, the way in which I'm looking at it and the way in which I perceive it, you can look at it differently, is that we need to have more opportunity for us to, like, and this is bad, because sometimes it may make me seem like I think I'm a know-it-all. I really do not think I know it all. I just want to be clear on this. But I do think that if you come to me with a problem and we're discussing it, I think the new thing I need to ask is, do you want comfort or do you want a solution? I need to start asking people that, because this is important. Start asking your child that. When your child comes to you with a problem, ask them, and they, voicing their opinion, and they're using their voice to be heard. Ask them, do you want a problem? Do you want comfort? A problem. Do you want comfort or do you want a solution? I need to start asking people that. So because I come with the solution too often, and it makes me seem like I'm a know-it-all. Because I want to say something real quick. What up, Blazing Backwoods? Part of what we should be doing when we have our children is giving them all of our good parts. The problem is some of our good parts come from a bad place. So in order for us to give that to our children, it's difficult. That's why you got some people that are just hard on their kids. Because they know that they have a very positive attribute that they have, that they're happy that they have. It's a survival skill in which they acquired. And the way in which they acquired was through a negative experience. So they feel like if they submerge their child in that negative experience, the child will also learn that skill. It's like when they throw the kid in the middle of the ocean, middle of the river, and say, swim! You just gotta swim or you die. So what we need to do is figure out a way to teach these things to our children without us physically having, or mentally or emotionally having to make them go through what we had to go through in order to learn that lesson. That's what we need to be working on, and that's how we need to start moving. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. We got to do something because the gun violence in New York City, and just in America in general, but in New York City, it's getting really bad. Like, it's really bad. The president came, he said they're going to give him something like $500 million for community outreach programs and things and such. And I'm here for that. Blazing Backwards says, salute to the room, salute Frost. Hit that like button. Let's get the notifications out. Let's get all of the notifications out. Shout out to Blazing Backwards Parkies. So yeah, so that's the type of time I'm on as far as that is concerned. But we got to do something. They're gonna give New York City $500 million for community outreach. I'm here for that. I want them to put a lot of that money. Shout out to the president. I want them. Can I say something? Isn't this all shit that I've said? This is shit I've said. Isn't this the same shit I said? I don't want to hear defund the police. I want to hear y'all putting money into fucking into building the community. Right? Biden came through, didn't defund the police, and gave the money. I would probably make a pretty good president. For real, for real. No cap. No cap. No cap. Hold on. Does anybody else remember me talking about this? Let's do a poll. Do y'all remember me talking about this? I talked about this when people talk about defunding the police, and I say, nah, I don't want to defund the police. I want to fund the community. Anybody else remember me talking about this? I mean, I 100% remember it. So it's not me trying to. I remember it. But do anybody else remember this? That's what I want to know. Somebody put the Cash App in the chat, please. That's what I want to know. Anybody else remember this? I would probably make a good president for real, for real. Not even joking. I don't want to be president, by the way. But I would probably make a good president for real, for real. And so that's for real, no cap. No cap. Look, what he just did solved two problems. I'm going to explain. now the community and the police aren't at ends with each other. So he's solving that problem. So I don't think any of this is his design. You know, Joe, put him in jail. Solve it later. Put him in jail. Wait. Shoot first. Ask questions later. Put him in jail. Ask questions later. That's Joe. So we already know this probably came from somewhere else. Well, we're not gonna say that. That's just speculation. I don't have no reason. I mean, I do got reason to believe that due to his past history. But he could have actually came up with this. Shout out to the business dropping the cash app in the chat. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the cash app. Let's get the energy up. He did that $120 drop. I think I'm ready to go. Let's slap some haters. Let's get some $10 drops. Let's pop some bottles. Let's do everything. I gotta stop saying shit that genuinely make me laugh sometimes. Because sometimes I say shit that genuinely make me laugh, and I think I miss the mark on the actual purpose around me saying the thing. So what we hour in. I want to be clear on something. I want to be 100% transparent. I want to be clear. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. You dudes is disrespecting niggas that live in other cities. Like people don't have connections. It's at the point where I think that there's a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest with you, scholars that are black, that are probably looking at this situation as it's not fixable. That niggas is really just going to have to wait until all the fools kill themselves off. What up, Gene Milner? I'm telling you, I believe that there's quite a few people that take that position. We just gonna have to wait for these dudes to kill themselves off. They doing a great job. They won't stop shooting each other. They kill each other over the most. If they don't have a problem, they just disrespect each other until they create a problem. You want to know why? Because everybody's fighting over resources. That's why them coming in and giving $500 million to community programs for New York City is now stopping the people that live in New York City and the police fighting over those resources. So that was a win. I'm going to clap that up. We got to clap it up. When people do good, we got to clap them up. That's a win. I want to know which parts of the city that these resources are going to be put into. And I would like for there to be, I would like there to be a list that we could go look, us as New Yorkers could go look and see where they're putting the money at. Because if they put in all the money, because it just seems too much like this is a situation where all of the money is going to be doled out in the communities and then it's going to just disappear. Remember the thing I told y'all that they like doing, and when I say they, I am talking about the Democrats. Remember the thing I told you the Democrats like doing? They like opening up like a fentanyl center or this center or that center or that center in a bad neighborhood, and then money's supposed to go there, but it doesn't really ever go there. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know. We're assuming that there's gonna be an account the way this is usually done. I think there's like you know how there'll be a committee or something put in charge of where the funds go. That's what I'm gonna assume. It's a committee or something. That's what I'm gonna assume. It's a committee or something put in charge of where the funds go. Let me see what's going on with that. That's what I'm gonna assume. So that's why I said I want to see what they're gonna do with it. I don't want to hear we're building more buildings. What I want to hear is we're keeping schools open longer. What I'm gonna hear is we're giving relief to parents that have to pay for childcare. These are the things I want to hear. You can literally put the money into the schools and literally use the school. Every neighborhood got schools, and literally use the schools as a point of pickup and drop off of your children, period. Yes, you got the people that's still going to be running their businesses out of their crib. Boom, that works also. I don't know, because I'm not trying to put them out of business, just so we can be clear. But I'm assuming that they'll be able to, more of those are probably open also. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to stick so closely. We don't have to stick so closely to only using the schools. But the reason why I want to use the schools is I want to give teachers an opportunity to work overtime if they choose. That's the main reason why I want to use the schools. Because then at the schools, we have teachers. At the schools, that's a good place where the kids could be and be safe. And also, that means that we're going to be literally putting the monies into the schools, which is then going to improve the schools. And then maybe we could fix the problem that we have in New York City, where we'll have like 3 different schools in one fucking building. That shit is bananas. So I would like to see some of the money go to the schools. I would like to see a new PAL open up. I would like for the PAL to be a thing again. The Police Athletics League. I like for that to be a thing again. And that's overtime for police officers. And I think they should also allow, even if you EMS or fire department, I think that you should also, if you're a city worker at all, EMS, EMS, fire department, police, I think that you should also be allowed to be able to work there. If you're one of those 3 employees, I think you should also be allowed to be able to go get overtime there. You understand? So when you're a leader, when you're in charge of people, you're not only saying what they got to do, you got to figure out how you're going to compensate them. And when you're the person that's in charge, when you're the boss, you're the leader, you're also trying to make more opportunities for your people to be compensated. What up, Jay Hodges? He says, morning, BBN fan, Jake Fruits, all of the Fruits. Can we get some Fruits in the chat? So that's the type of energy that they should be having. You understand what I'm saying? So when you get to the bag, you're supposed to disseminate it amongst your people. You understand what I'm saying? And not paying them for nothing, paying them for the work they already did. You understand what I'm saying? And paying them for the work that they're going to be doing. So you're supposed to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. I would, we don't want to put, the healthcare workers that we have, the childcare workers now, we don't want to put them out of business. We actually want to improve their environment and or their situation. Maybe we even create a situation where we give them a spot in the school and they have to register. They're already childcare, and you give the opportunity for some of the childcare workers to now be able to use the school as the place of employment, where now they go to the school. You understand what I'm saying? Especially for the people that, I'm just saying, like, this is what we need to be doing. Maybe construct buildings specifically for this purpose also. Like, this is what we need to be doing. Because we need to figure out a way to get to the children early. That's a fact. I have such a great ass motherfucking idea for a fucking gang television show movie. I have such a fucking bananas ass idea. Like, you don't understand. I'm not even gonna talk. I'm never even gonna, even if I'm by myself, I'm not gonna talk it out loud. Bananas ass idea. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I say stuff out loud. I think out loud. Everybody does that. So for the people that's gonna say something. What up, King Slayer? How you doing today, my brother? I hope you're slaying all the kings except for this one. Slay all of the kings except for this one. I'm gonna send y'all to a commercial break real quick. I'll be right back. Tasha K loses defamation case, promptly decides to get back on the horse by exposing DJ Academics. Let me close that door. Left that door open. Left that door open. So everybody know we got 3 videos that's gonna be dropping today. I already did the audios this morning before this show. Also, we want to give a shout out once again to Tasha K. We dragged her the other day, but today we clapping Tasha K up. Tasha K actually exposed the girl for lying on Doodie Lo. Salute to Tasha K for that. That's the type of energy we want out of you, Tasha K. And she did a fucking magnificent job. Tasha K is a beast. Her only problem is she got to stop going after celebrities, I guess, with shit that she can't verify. But she went after that girl and she tore that girl up. Had the girl trying to say that the lie detector test shouldn't matter. My word count. Don't believe the lie detector. Like, these motherfuckers just be liars out here. This shit is crazy. Anyway, okay. I was just looking at something that was just so funny. I'm so sorry. I can't even show you. Alright, so yeah, so let's hope that they're doing something good with the money. I'm on the side of I'm gonna assume that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing with the money. That's what I am gonna assume, that the right things is gonna happen. We're not gonna assume that the bad things is gonna happen. We're gonna assume that the right thing is gonna happen. Anyway, yo, do you remember me talking about funding the community? Do y'all remember me saying this is what this question is about? Do y'all remember me saying I did not want to defund the police unless we was taking that money and putting it directly into the community? Because I don't want to defund the police. I want to fund the community. Do y'all hear me talking about that? I was talking about that before. I don't know if you remember. A couple of people remember. Some of them kind of remember. I mean, I know it happened. I just want to know how many people remember. That kind of helps me with how much I should actually talk about the topic or how much I have to recap. Sorry about that. Blew my nose. So, what up, Shakur SP? So, also, let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App. Y'all, come on. Let's pull up. We're having a pretty good show this morning. We actually are, even though the numbers is only at 65. We're having a pretty good show. That's my fault because I haven't been going live a lot. I've been missing in action. With all due respect. Did I hit this button yet? Yeah, I did. Good. We got comments, so I'll put the comments in the chat. Again, I'll put the chat back up. I just took it off because I had some dude in here just ruining the chat. Making the shit look kinda, just ruining it. Just being a dick. Put the chat back up. Like, on some super real shit, like, what's next? Like, how these dudes that's shooting and getting shot now are like 18, 19 years old. Like, what's next? Are we gonna have 14-year-olds out here shooting other 14-year-olds? Like, what's next? We gotta have the little Bow Wow kill the next little Bow Wow kill the next what was Master P's son name? That guy, Romeo? The next little Bow Wow is gonna kill the next little Romeo. That's when we're gonna realize how bad the situation really is. You're gonna see some kid out there with all the gang colors on, doing whatever the new gang dance. He's gonna be about 7, 8 years old. He's gonna be talking about all the drills he's involved in, and then we're gonna actually find out he got a body or two. Is that what's gonna happen? This sounds ridiculous, but is it? Is it? It sounds ridiculous, but is it? Definitely got to do something about that. Also, not for nothing. That's how they're going to gentrify New York City. That $500 million is the gentrification budget. Hold on. Hold on, 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 hold on. When you gentrify a neighborhood, what's the first thing you do? You move the police out. You move the drugs and the violence in. The violence is going to get so bad in that neighborhood that they're going to beg for change. When they beg for change, you bring in redevelopment. Am I wrong? Is anything I just said wrong? Is anything I just said wrong? I don't think nothing I just said is wrong. When you want to gentrify a community, the first thing you do is remove the police. When the violence and the drugs get bad, the community is going to start begging for change. When the community beg for change, you bring in the redevelopment. When you bring in the redevelopment, there's going to be people that are currently living there that's not going to be able to afford to live there. They're going to have to split. Maybe New York City needs a little bit of gentrificating. What up, Ben Roman? How you doing this morning, my brother? That sounds like gentrification to me. I don't know what the rest of you guys think that sounds like. To me, that sounds like gentrification. And that sounds like something Biden will be 100% on. And not for nothing, you can't even make an argument against it. These dudes is really out here just shooting and killing each other in any daylight. Any light. Moonlight, daylight, limelight, any light. Candlelight, Green Lantern's light, lantern light, a regular lantern because it's the Green Lantern. Then like the regular lanterns, like they was like the red coats are coming. Those lanterns also, those lights. Ben Roman says, remember the pics I sent you of the gentrification they're doing in North Philly? They turning 50K houses into 500K houses. Yeah, I remember that too. That's a fact. I actually do remember that. Why you think they got that other dude up out of there? Because he was trying to get involved in that. Why you think they got ARAB up out of there? Because he was trying to be involved in that type of business. So that's why they got him up out of there. When he went on this guy's show, he should have never did the show. If ARAB never does that show, ARAB is a free man right now. Winning. Winning. He should have never went on that show. Look, Rollo out right now, right? Rollo out, right? ARAB should have never went on that show. ARAB is one person that I could say definitively should not have did Vlad. Definitively. Definitely should not have did Vlad. I could say that with absolution, that I believe that he should not have did Vlad. I could say that that's what started his case, in my opinion. That's why he's not here, because he did Vlad and some of the things that he said on Vlad. And yes, they came for him because he was busy. Imagine how many houses he would have had now. Imagine how many neighborhoods he would have owned by now if they would have never locked him up. He said he was buying one property a month. This was like 3-4 years ago. 2-3 years ago. You know how many properties he would have had by now? He would have at least bought 50-60 properties by now, right? 40-50 properties. 3 years, 24 times 2 is 42. 24 times 12 times 2 is fucking 24. 12 more is 36. So they would have had 36 houses by now, a minimum. Because there's no telling if he would have kept buying one house a month or not. He might have started upping it. That's why he locked up. Don't get confused about any of that other bullshit he was doing. They don't care. They don't care. Drug dealers is good for the economy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Why do you think next to all extremely rich places is the most poorest places? Think about that for a minute. Why when you go to some of the most richest areas, right next door is some of the most poorest areas? Think about that for a minute. Especially you inner city motherfuckers. That's the people I'm talking to. There's a reason for that. Okay, you know how to create wealth, right? Wealth is created through debt. I was about to go into a whole nother conversation. Ben Roman says 40-50 properties at 500K in piece. He could have left the drug game alone and been good for life. I think the biggest problem for businessmen is they don't know if when some of these drug dealers get to the bag and they can leave drug dealing alone, they don't know if some of these dudes is gonna be able to leave it alone. Not everybody can leave it alone, and that's what the problem is. Like, you gotta really just dub your connect, like, not like just really just gotta just move on. You understand? Like, a lot of these dudes out here that is involved in the drug game, they could have been moved on. They just choose not to. You gotta move on. First of all, move on before somebody come kill you. There's a nigga that wants your spot. You already good. You might as well just move on. Let them niggas have that, and you on to a new thing. Like, how you a drug dealer? You got over $200,000, right? And you haven't started opening up shops that have zero to do with drugs. That's why you gotta wash your money. See why washing money is so important? And that's one of the problems a lot of these dudes got with being able to get out of the game. Having somewhere for them to wash the money, then having enough money for them to be able to make their move. If you watch Ozark, you're on game. You're on point with what I'm talking about. You're definitely on point with what I'm talking about if you watch Ozark. Shout out to Ozark. That's an incredible show. Alright. What else we talking about? Put it in the chat. We an hour and a half into the show. What else we talking about? Put it into the chat. Hit that like button, by the way. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. Why not? What else we talking about? Let's get the show going. Let's slap some haters. Let's do something. Let's get some energy going. Drop some frost. Let's do something. Let's get something going in the chat. Something besides douchebaggery. But we're gonna see what happens in New York City. I personally think that, remember, they got the whole new drug gang task force, right? And they're coming after the rappers. So I don't know what to tell y'all rappers. Y'all guys is gonna have to figure out a way to get big, or for something other than gang violence. They're gonna have to be able to get off of something big other than gang violence. People wonder why I don't do more gang stuff over here. Like, I get invited to a lot of shit. Well, I used to get invited to more shit. I don't go nowhere, so people don't invite me as much. But if I made myself available, I get invited to a lot of places. But I want to say something real quick. Some things I just didn't promote because even though I liked the people, I didn't like what they were doing. So I need for you to understand that. Sometimes I don't promote things because I might like the people, but I don't like what they're doing. I don't agree with what they're doing. Is that a better way to put it? So there's one thing for me to be reporting, and there's another thing for me to be promoting. You understand? And I learned the biggest difference of this when I was doing the Takashi case. And I realized why I rubbed some people the wrong way, because they felt like I was promoting Takashi when I felt like I was reporting. But like I said before, that just had a lot to do with people were coming in and they were saying things that they were speculating. And since I'm hypothesizing and I'm going back and forth with people who are speculating, and so that kind of just made it seem like I was on the side of an argument that I wasn't even on. So it's one of those lessons. One of those lessons. But remember, y'all guys gotta go and y'all gotta see people. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see people, make sure you can stand on whatever you done said, whatever the issue is, whatever's gonna go on. Make sure you can stand on that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a big see somebody and fanboy out. Like, one of the only times I probably really fanboyed out was when I met Styles, when I met the Locks. I was definitely like the Locks. You understand? Like, you don't understand. Like, big, like, that's probably the only time I really fanboyed out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I met the Locks. Like, oh shit, the Locks. I can't think of anybody else that I actually, you know, I met and I was like, had that energy. You understand what I'm saying? But when I met the Locks, I ain't gonna lie, I fanboyed out. Fuck with the Locks, man. I was very nervous when I met Styles P and Jada. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I was nervous. Shout out to Jay Hodges with the $10 drop. He says, from Jay Hodges. He also says, who's next? He didn't say who's next. I'm saying who's next. We need to pull all our blessings down from the heaven. Who's next? We need 10 more $10 drops. We need 20 more $10 drops. We need 18 more $10 drops. Ben Roman says you were just keeping it a bean, and people wanted to just label 6ix9ine a rat regardless of what the truth was. And every time you said 6ix9ine didn't say anybody, that everyone started biting your back out and hating. Yo, look, everybody wanted me to speculate that 6ix9ine had already snitched. We didn't get any information lending to that idea. So, because he previously didn't snitch when they kidnapped him, until we hear different, we gotta sit tight. Remember, they kidnapped him. He didn't snitch. He was about to snitch. But I think he was about to snitch more because he just didn't know no better, because he was a square, than because he actually was a snitch. Sometimes squares snitch by accident. You know, sometimes they just don't know no better. You understand what I'm saying? They haven't actually had police interactions before, so the police can trick them or get them caught up or twisted up in their words. Sometimes niggas snitched on another nigga and it was really not on purpose. It just didn't know no better. Anyway, so we talking about the Takashi shit. I fucked up. Hold on. Right. Yes, we still talking about Takashi. So he had not snitched on Harv initially when they got kidnapped. And they beat him up, robbed him. He didn't snitch on them there. So I needed more than just we thinking he snitched. I needed more than that. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I was ever saying. When people say he snitched already, nah, I need more than that. Because he didn't snitch before. Y'all already jumping the fucking. Y'all jumping off the cliff already. Ben Roman says I met Sylvester Stallone and he cool peoples. He shot the movie Creed right out in front of my house. He didn't get starstruck, but did get a pic with him. I've met a lot of people. I'm just saying, Locks and Styles P and Styles PK were all a dope energy too. I think that threw me off. I think it threw me off because Styles P came with all the dope energy, like the dope energy. I think that just threw me off. I think that threw me off more than anything else. I was just not expected. I didn't have the opportunity to be like, yo, what up, Styles? But I didn't like, I was like, oh, and I was just starstruck. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Styles P and them niggas. I ain't gonna lie. Keep it a stat. Keep it a whole bean, yo. I'm just saying that because he said that bean shit. OD said no way he was snitching with Saudi still on his side. Well, yeah, that's all I'm saying is I needed more. You understand what I'm saying? I needed more. So then we got more. Then he's a snitch. I made the whole snitching in series. Um, right? There's a lot going on in that particular case. I'm kind of happy people not talking about it no more, but not at the same time. And it's kind of fucked up because there's a lot of there's a lot of lies put out, or there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of people that put out shit because they know that certain niggas don't like him, so they could say shit that ain't true. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but integrity, man. We're not doing that. Even if we don't like people, we're not lying on them. You feel me? There's no need. If we don't like you, there's a reason. You understand? There's no need to lie about it. Um, I digress. Um, what time is it? We at the 1 hour, hour and a half mark. Oh, appreciate you, ODS. He said excellent work on that case. By the way, I was engaged. Like I'm a very dope when I'm engaged. Like I was engaged. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was just engaged. It was. I was just engaged. I don't know how to explain it. Like when I'm engaged in something, I'm just a kind of different person. I'm magnetic. I was just engaged. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of this shit after the fact would have happened different for him if he would have did an interview over here. I know for a fact, and I'm saying this is a factual statement, that there are some people that if he did an interview over here, and really sat down and did an interview over here, not whatever the fuck that he's been doing with them other people, but if he actually sat down and did a real interview over here, um, there's people that I'm not gonna say they're not gonna forgive him. Niggas ain't gonna forgive the snitching and shit like that. But there's people that believe that if anybody should be interviewing him, it should be Jack Frost. That's all I'm saying. There are people that believe that if anybody should be interviewing him, it should be Jack Frost. The fact that he's not interviewing with Jack Frost, like how's he not interviewing with Jack Frost? Like Jack Frost was the most fair person on his whole entire case about the whole entire situation. How's he not talking to that guy? What up, Casino? He says, good morning, Frost in the chat. So yeah, so there's people that feel that way. I want to say a couple of things, but I'm not because I'm not gonna put other people information out there. It is what it is. But there's people that feel that way. You know, so we see what he do. Somebody gave him the information not to talk to us because we so small, but that's one of the main reasons why I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not getting into that. But nah, I'm the person he's supposed to come interview with. And a real interview, not that yelling and screaming shit that he's doing. A real interview. A real interview. Could be sure you knew too much. No, that's why I heard he did not want to do an interview with me because I knew too much. Could be cause you knew too much. I like the other people he did the interview with, but you and Hassan with two dope 6ix9ine interviews. Hassan might get the 6ix9ine interview. He's been talking to DJ Academics, right? But I promise you, I'm gonna be quiet. He might get it. Let's see what happens. Not gonna lie, 6ix9ine case was kind of entertaining. Another rapper needs to rat. Maybe like Little Nas Blicky after getting no. I'll say this much though. Pay attention to what was going on with Takashi 6ix9ine and Shotty. I mean, there's a good reason to believe that Takashi 6ix9ine probably would have been dead if not for Treyway. Look what's happening to all of these other drill rappers that's trying to do it in New York City. I keep trying to tell you, Treyway was the best security, man. Y'all need to put some fucking respect on Shotty's name as far as that shit is concerned. That's a fact. Need to put some respect on that name. Y'all need to put some respect on Shotty's name as far as that is concerned. Look at all these other drill rappers and what's happening to them. Niggas is getting shot, killed in the wrong place at the wrong. Why the fuck was this nigga walking down the block? That didn't even make sense. Walking down the block with your sister. You a drill rapper, homie. You can't be. Why would you put your sister in that type of danger? Hold on. Why in the hell would K Flock put his sister in that type of danger when he's walking down the block and he a whole drill rapper that might have any nigga shooting at him at any given second? Why would he do that? And I think they was in the ops neighborhood, right? Why would you do that? I had relatives that I couldn't walk with. I don't know about the rest of you niggas. But I had relatives that I couldn't walk with in certain places. Because I was a little kid. Anything might happen. Nah, you wait here. We be back. And this was in the time that people didn't really shoot you if you was with your kids. So imagine now. So put some respect on Shotty's name. Shout out to Shotty. Look what's happening to all these other drill rappers in New York City, man. What up, Ben Roman says Treyway definitely the best security, but at the same time, you probably end up dead at Treyway. You're gonna end up robbed, that's for sure. No Treyway artist has been killed. You probably end up robbed and beat up by Treyway themselves. He said you probably end up dead at Treyway's hands. Probably end up robbed and beat up by Treyway's hands. This I can't argue that point. You got all of the things that you saying that I can't argue with. But this is what's going on. So it's how you gonna take the situation. What is Nas Blicky gonna snitch on? Remember, the dude hugged Nas Blicky and shot him. Nas Blicky know exactly who did it. I'm going to say that again. The person who shot Nas Blicky dapped him up and then backed out and pulled out and let off. That don't sound like that was an op. That's all I'm saying, with all due respect. That don't sound like that was an op. So you saying he might snitch, who knows? He might say who shot him. He might say who shot him. Who knows? Once again, allegedly, they hugged him. And then after he dapped him up, whoever it was pulled out and hit him in the head. Nas Blicky is just fortunate that dude didn't know about the double tap. Remember, His father said he's not dealing with that gang shit no more. He's out. He dropping the whole Blicky name, right? Because Nas is his real name, by the way. So he's dropping the whole... Nas is his real name. I think his name is Nasir or something. For real, for real. So he's dropping the whole Blicky name now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Also, he got shot in the head. He might not remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a chance he just might not remember. Let's not get this confused. But he got shot in the head. The person dapped him up. First of all, there was a person there when it happened. Because I don't think he was there by himself. Somebody had to be there. Who called the police? Who called the EMS? He didn't get shot, lay in the street for 2 hours, somebody find him. He gets shot in the head, lay on the street for 2 hours, and then somebody found him. Somebody got a police immediately, right? Maybe there was somebody there that saw it. But it doesn't matter. As long as he could remember, he saw the person. And you know the streets be talking. I remember being a kid. I think I was maybe 5. I don't even think I was 6 yet. I think it was about 4 or 5 years old. Maybe I was 6. Could have been 6. 6 or 7. Yeah, it was about 6 or 7. I think it was in first grade. I was in first grade at 5. All right. So anyway, my brother Takashi, was a really good dancer. He was in part of the breakdancing scene, all that shit. He was a really good dancer. He's actually still a really good dancer, by the way. So he used to dance in areas. He used to dance with Public Enemy. I'm not saying for Public Enemy as far as he used to hang out with Flav and Chuck D, like, hey, what are y'all guys doing? I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying he was in those circles, right? He had a whole uniform and everything. This is a fact, right? So I say that to say, when you dealing with, did I lose my point? Been getting shot, returning not rule for snitches, Treyway best security, did some dead people. No, I wasn't talking about that. I'm sure you got plenty of gang FBI. Yeah, but we were saying that Nas Blicky might know about this. Nas Blicky dropped the... God dang it. I forgot the point I was about to make. Ben Roman says Nas Blicky gonna be normal after getting... No, we don't know whether he will be normal or not. That's what I'm trying. I also said that I don't even know if he's gonna be able to... Shout out to my brother, used to dance with Public Enemy. I'm not sure about how close he was with them. That's the only point I was trying to make. Nas Blicky, yeah, he got shot in the head. We don't even know if he's gonna remember. He might not be able. We don't even know if he's gonna be able to speak straight. We don't know what might be wrong with him. You understand what I mean? He might not be able to walk no more. He might lose his motor functions. We don't know what. Also, on top of that, we don't even know if he might wake up. He might be in a coma, as far as we know. Right? They might, just so we can be clear, sometimes they put you in a medically induced in coma, especially if you got brain trauma, so they could bring the swelling down on the brain, or so they could work in wherever they got to work at in your brain. So sometimes they induce a coma. So that's why I'm saying he might be in a coma right now, not because he got shot, but because they might be medically inducing in a coma, because he has brain trauma. That's just medical stuff, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, whenever you have something going on with your brain, sometimes they induce coma. They put you in a coma. Yeah, so we don't even know what's gonna go on. First of all, pray for that young man. We're gonna see what happened to him. We're definitely not sure what's gonna happen to him. Pray for that young man. We just gotta find a different way to do this shit. Hold on one second. People want to be famous. People want to be popular. People want to make money. We just gotta figure out how to allow for people to do these things without people also making themselves dead. Right? We gotta figure out a way to do these things without people also having to choose between whether they want to live or not. You understand what I'm saying? And just so we can understand, just so you can understand how bad the situation is, Tdott, who passed away, was like 19 years old. That's crazy. He's like 19 years old, man. 19. I could just imagine. There was a young dude that got killed in my neighborhood when I was a kid over gun violence, right? Hassan Bey. Shout out to Hassan Bey. I didn't even really know him that well. He was just a dude I knew in passing. I probably only heard him talk a couple of times. He was just in the hood. I knew him in passing. I really hung out with his brother. Played sports with his brother and shit like that. Shadi, shout out to Shadi. I didn't really know dude. All I know is that his mother taught damn near everybody in the neighborhood that was nice at basketball how to play. His mother used to play like in high school or college or something like that, and she was a beast. Um, and I remember when Hassan passed away, and I remember the impact that it had on the community. I couldn't imagine living in a community where we having the young men, just 3 or 4 young men die every year. 5 or 6 young men in our community die every year. 10 or 15 young men in our community die every year. I couldn't even imagine that. The trauma just to the community. I couldn't imagine that. You understand? We had that shit happen one time. Like other dudes shit happened, but I'm talking about for a prominent, somebody that was known, somebody that was really supposed to make it out. This dude was I think he was a 5-star basketball player, actually. For real, for real. I don't know if he was a blue chip or not. That's not necessarily what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he was highly recruited. He played for Cardinal Hayes, I believe. Let me see something real quick. Shout out to Hassan Bey. Sorry about this. I'm looking at the Yuri was his cousin? Yuri was his cousin. Rest in peace to Yuri. This is just sad. I'm sorry about that. That was just sad. I don't really want to bring it too much of that up. That was just sad. What up, Classic Dreadhead? That was just sad. He just had so much promise. He just got killed by some Fucking security guard killed him, by the way. Shot him in the head over a girl. Shit was crazy. Basically, Hassan Bey beat him up, and I'm gonna say something. I learned a lot of lessons early in life. Hassan Bey beat the dude up, and so the other dude, I think, pulled the gun out and shot him. I don't even think it was the dude Hassan Bey was fighting that shot him. A whole nother dude pulled the gun out and shot him. Hassan Bey, I think, was 16 at the time. A whole nother dude, whole nother coward ass nigga. Cause his man was getting his hands put on him. That guy's got a 17-year-old boy. He's 17 at the time. That's why I'm trying to tell you. He was 17 at the time. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all be overdoing it. Just, I don't know. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. It's going on 2 hours. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat.
In my humble opinion, when you have the power to prevent people from hurting others and you don't exercise it, you're no longer a good person. And I know some people might be like, what? That's not true. That is true. If you can prevent harm and you don't get to have good person status anymore. It's not about anxiety, etc. You lost good person status. In my humble opinion, when you have the
Just thought I'd share that with y'all. I came across that earlier today before the live. Thought I'd share that with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna upload 3 videos. I'm gonna work on these 3 videos. I'm gonna get them shits uploaded. I think we're gonna go live today in the middle of the day. I think we need to just start doing more lives. I'm gonna do more lives. So we might go live in the middle of today, just with a bullshit ass live, just to go live. I'm gonna upload these videos and then we're gonna I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna upload these videos and hopefully we'll have the videos uploaded by 2 o'clock. It's 3 videos. We should have them uploaded by 2 o'clock. Hopefully we have the videos uploaded by 2 o'clock. And then maybe we do another show sometime in the evening. And we're gonna definitely have a Tonight Show going on tonight. If you want to do any type of promotion with me, hit me. I'm working. Why would you even build it that way instead of building it the other? Okay, I get it. All right, fuck it. I'm just looking at a thing. Don't pay me no mind. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, just have a beautiful day. We got 3 videos. Should be posted soon. Hopefully, they should all be posted before 3, and we're gonna probably put out a couple of more. But that being said, just go out there. Just every day, I'm trying to do what the devil hates. Go out there and be great.